What's up, y'all? Hey, did you miss the Whitehouse press briefing today? It is Wednesday. I don't even remember what the date is. The 18th? I can't remember. But I'll find it and it'll be in the description for the title. But anyway, you didn't really miss a whole lot. See, Joe Biden said earlier that he was going to release 15 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve in December. Like that's a big fucking thing, okay? I'm going to tell you something right now you might not know. America uses 20 million barrels a day. So he's releasing 3/4 of a day of fucking oil in 2 months. What the fuck's that gonna do? But they're talking about the oil companies, and he's like, oh, look, we will give you some incentives to produce more oil. We'll give you, we will buy a bunch of oil back and replenish our reserves at $70 a barrel if the prices get to that. And right now they're like $83 a barrel or something like that. The thing is, man, his administration bashes the hell out of the oil companies every fucking day. Now they say this is not political. Well, when is the midterms? Oh, it's like 2 weeks away, you know? 3 weeks away. My bad, it's on the 8th of November. You better vote. But now they're trying these little games because they know their ass is done. And back to the press briefing. Man, Billie Jean, I'm gonna tell you what. She's confusing as hell to listen to. She's like, let me be clear, and really, you know, and it's like a bunch of that must be a qualification, because remember the circle back girl. Well, damn, did she say a lot? You know, I made some videos about her. Most of them was about her touching her fucking face and shit like 700 times in one 30-minute press briefing. But you know, Billie Jean, she'll say 5 times in one fucking sentence. And by the time she gets done saying what she's saying, you're like, what the fuck did you just say? You know, it's either or I'm not going to talk about that from right here. I'm not going to get ahead of the president and talk about that. And somebody else will ask her another question. And it's, oh, that's because of Putin's war. Putin's war. She said Putin like 40 fucking times during that damn press briefing. And it wasn't, I think it was 35 minutes or something. She said Putin. What'd I say? 45, 50 times? A lot of times. She said probably 1,000 fucking times. And it's like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, I mean, here's something. Why doesn't Joe Biden go to the oil companies that he's trying to butter up now because it's right before the midterms? Why don't he go up there to them and take cameras and all that shit and give them a fucking fist bump? Like he did the dude over in Saudi Arabia. That worked great, didn't it? I mean, come on, it worked. Let's go give him a fist bump. Fucking clowns. There are some clowns. And then they're talking about the war in Russia, or the Russian war again, over and over and over again. They keep using that for an excuse for why the fuel prices are up. Just think back to before February 24th of 2022, before Putin went into Ukraine. Think back to what they said about the fucking fuel prices going up. Because I got news for you. The fuel prices started going up January 21st of 2021. That's when the fucking oil prices started going up, y'all. Just Go back and look. Just go back and look. That's when they started going up. It had nothing to do with Putin. Okay, so everybody bitched and complained about it up until the Putin incident. And now, I mean, before that, it was, we don't control fuel prices. We can't do anything about it. We don't control that. We don't have anything to do with why it goes up or down. Even though it went up one day after your fucking administration took office. You know, I mean, that kind of, you're lying. You're going to keep your promise to the American people. Oh, it's down record levels from what it was over the summer. It was a record fucking high over the summer. You know, that's the same thing with talking about making all these arrests on these illegals and deporting record numbers and arresting record numbers of illegals because there's fucking record numbers coming across the border because the border's open. See what these people do? They fuck everything up and then they pretend to fix it, and they're just half-assing it the whole fucking time. They pretend to fix it. They're actually not doing shit. And now they know that their ass is in the sling because Congress is going to be Republican. The Senate is going to be Republican. There's nothing they can fucking do about it. And they're going down. So they're going to pull out all the stops, people. Watch what happens. See, just last week, we heard about the election fraud from 2020 and all that, right? And everybody's calling it the big lie and all that. Just last week, YouTube will probably fucking give me another strike for this. I don't care. They can go look it up. Just last week, a man got arrested that was in cahoots with China, that had a server in China with a million fucking poll workers' personal information on that server in China. That's outside interference, you guys. That's another country interfering in our election. Why the hell is that information over there? That dude was arrested for it. That proves election fraud right there. That should make 2020 election illegitimate. It should, I mean, we should have another election, honestly. So all these people that are in office now that have been elected during 2020, the Biden administration, everybody is appointed and all that, it's all bullshit because they didn't really win the election. That's the truth. They can't prove that they did. But here's what I was getting at. Wait until after November 8th when Democrats lose by a fucking huge margin. Everything. They're going to lose every fucking thing. Wait until that happens and then watch how fast they turn around and blame China for it. Blame outside interference for it. Because it's already obvious that you know, the dude was just arrested last week. I think his name was Andrew Yu or something like that. You can look it up. Andrew Yu. His last name was Yu. Y-U-O, I think is how you spell it. But it's a bunch of bullshit, people. It's a bunch of bullshit. They're standing up there lying to us. They're feeding us a bunch of horse shit over and over and over again. And pissed off when we don't buy it. You know? That's what the thing is. But November 8th, people, vote. Vote Republican. Trump is still draining the swamp. You can see it. He's not in office, but he's still draining the swamp. And by the way, Joe Biden's administration don't control our military either. That's why we don't have fucking soldiers over there in Ukraine getting killed, because he don't control it. See, it's already been all through the line. Our military knows what happened in the 2020 elections, and they know who's in charge. Not saying that Trump's in charge. Actually, no one's in charge at the moment. They're in charge of themselves. Watch. Just watch what all's going to come out, people. There's lots of information out there. Go gather it up before they censor it all out. That's all I got for this. Later, y'all.